Alright, so we're going to begin replacing our light bulb. In our case, we're going to replace the passenger side light bulb because it went bad. Same process applies pretty much to both sides. Just before you begin, make sure that there's two things you should do, which I'm not going to do it, but you should. Disconnect the battery first, so make sure you disconnect the negative from it because there is a high current on the light bulb and you don't want to get electrocuted. Second one would be before you get started, make sure your car has been off at least half an hour, especially if you've been using a light bulb, as they do get extremely hot and you don't want to burn yourself. So those are the two main disclaimers. Remember that this is for educational video as well, so be careful what you're doing, as things can go bad and you can break something. So unless you know what you're doing, don't do it. So we're gonna begin by removing the front cover here with all the clips. So just push the clips in and all the way around, and the front cover will come up. And the second one, once you have this cover, the front cover off, we're gonna work on the side cover. So in this case, we have one clip here, and you gotta use a screwdriver, a flathead, to actually unscrew that screw right there. You'll see it. And if you're working on your right side, you know, there's only clips and one screw right there on the side as well. That's you will need a flathead for that as well. So whichever side you're working on, this is what you got to do first. Just take out the front and the side cover that you're working on. Either one, you will need tools to do it. Just a reminder. Okay, now that we got our covers off, we're gonna need to actually disconnect the air filter box because it's gonna be in our way. So first, there's a clip here. Press it down, push it off, take it, remove it from the grip there. 4 clips, one on the front, side, rear, and that just pops up. Oops, front is cut, and just move it to the side if possible. Just be careful, there's actually a hose under it that will be disconnected. So ideally, if you want to take a shortcut, remove the top cover as well. I'm not gonna do it, because I've done this before, so I'm just gonna move this to the side like this. Just remember, see that hole right there? That's where the hose goes from here. So just make sure you reconnect it back in and remove the filter. Okay, now that we have removed the air filter, we'll put it inside. Just remember, when you reconnect it, there's a hose that you probably got disconnected because we took a shortcut. It's right under there. It just pops in. So once you have the access to the air filter, what you want to do, there's actually 2 screws that you have to unscrew. Using number 10 ratchet, go ahead and unscrew this one here, and there's one on the top, on the bottom here. Go ahead and unscrew those, and that should be it for the air filter. And of course, I'm sorry, one more. The intake itself here, there's one here, and usually one here. Mine is missing. So alright, now that we have some working area, you will see that the light bulb is actually covered with a warning label there and information. And you see the little hatch? Go ahead and press the plastic cover down and hatch forward towards the car, and it will open up. Once you have the cover off, put it in a safe place. Now you have the harness. So what you want to do is twist it counterclockwise, a little up. Once it's in the middle, it should come off. Behind that, you will see it's the light bulb. There are 2 pins, one top and one bottom. Go ahead and press those to release the light bulb. Once you have the light bulb out, make sure you don't touch it with your hands, because that limits the lifetime of the light bulb, and then replace it with a new one. Okay, once you have a new light bulb, usually that's what the direction is, with the pin towards outside from you. But sometimes in your car it could be a little different, depends on how it's aligned. So just go ahead and put it in and twist it around, make sure it doesn't twist. If it twists, you know, move it around till it fully locks in and into place. Once that happens, go ahead and put the pins back in. 1, 2 are harnessed. Remember, just to do it right in the middle, fully horizontal, and then twist down clockwise to lock it in place. Remember that component inside, actually, because it's a projector and it moves, so you will see movement. So don't try to not to push it too hard, but you know, don't be afraid if it actually moved a little, because that's normal. Once you have the light bulb in, go ahead and put the cover back up. Snap the release in. Alright, and you have changed the light bulb. Now we're ready to put the air intake back in and all the plastics. Just like we uninstalled it, we reinstalled it back in with 3 screws here. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th that's missing actually. And once that happens, go ahead and put the filter back in. And just one thing, remember the clip on the side here? We're gonna put that in as well before we put the cover on it. So let's put a cable to the side here, and we're ready to put the air filter cover back on top of it. Once that's secured and it fits well, if it doesn't fit, make sure, you know, don't force it. Those clips could be stuck under it. Usually it's just this one on the front that can get in under it. Okay, and we're gonna pop it back in. 4 clips. And now we're gonna reconnect our cable. Make sure it just snaps in. And we're ready to put our covers back on. So that's all pretty much is. Just one note, when you're removing or reinserting the clip, you know, to remove it, you simply push it down on it and it will just come out. However, when you want to reinsert it, you gotta actually pull it out. See if I can show you. See, what it does is actually this part here on the end go smaller, but once I push it back in, it expands. So just make sure, don't push it all the way in, because that's the release. You just push it so it's flush with the top.